Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Richard Mille RM016 Automatic Extra Flat, a slim and versatile issuing from Richard Mille, a timepiece that in many ways bucks the trend of oversized, overblown, and overstacked RM timepieces you can see, and you can purchase this one on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high-resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this Richard Mille RM016. This model debuted in 2007 as the answer to the question often posed to Richard Mille, but can I wear it with a suit? This was the first Richard Mille timepiece designed to disappear underneath a tire rather than to stand stridently on a bare wrist. A timepiece that is sporty enough to wear casually but also thin enough to slide underneath any dress cuff, not just the suit jacket but the sleeve beneath. This is a watch that anyone can wear with style and security, and you see on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, it sits light, it sits comfortable, and it fits perfectly. The lug-to-lug dimension's the most important here, and from lug to lug the case measures fractionally under 50 millimeters. The timepiece is slim, 8.5 millimeters thick as my calipers measure it, broad across the case at 38 from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, not inclusive of the crown. The dominant dimension is that span across the wrist. Because it is so compact across the wrist, you can wear this watch on a wrist as small, in my estimation, as 14 centimeters in circumference. But there's another feature that deserves a shout out when explaining the ergonomics. The back of the case has a regular shape to it. It is smooth, there are no pressure points or hot spots, so it sits gently and light in titanium. And then you realize that it's also a cambered case, so it arcs down around the periphery of a wrist. So if you are borderline to wear it and it's reaching the edge of your wrist, the nice thing is it tucks down and around rather than flaring out. So it's going to meet you halfway and it's going to look correct and aesthetically attractive even on a very small wrist. Now I'll mention that this timepiece has a handsome and well-chosen vulcanized rubber strap. You can see some of the evacuated profile of the case band continues into the strap, so this is no default design. Attention was paid here. You'll also note how the strap is full width. This is a problem with many wide watches that feature narrow straps or narrow bracelets set awkwardly against wide case bands. Not here. The strap is full width, which prevents the watch from torquing side to side when it's on your wrist. The timepiece also features a simple and low profile matching titanium pin buckle for easy adjustments on the fly, and look, it even features one of Richard Mille's characteristic specialist screws. Now the strap is very comfortable. The watch was also delivered periodically on a textile and kevlar strap. This one is more versatile, this one is more durable, and this one is more comfortable. Now you can see the case finish is special. It's not precisely a brushed or satin finished, it is a blasted, a media blasted finish. So a matte titanium, the gray metal has never looked more attractive. You see in profile, you have some of the modular structure of the larger tonneau cases, so it's not completely uniform along its profile, but nor does it appear like a huge architectural construction on your wrist. This is a timepiece that has the Richard Mille look, but not necessarily the Richard Mille arrogance and attitude. Compact and discreet, this one is also designed for genteel affairs. Now you'll note that the recesses of the bezel bolts remind you that the watch can never be completely divorced from the imagery of the Richard Mille brand. And at center, you can see that the dial features a number of sapphires. Now outboard, there is a carbon composite frame that mounts the individual luminescent dots. Now those luminescent dots are outboard of stylized Arabic numerals that are sitting on a sapphire beneath the cap sapphire. There's one more sapphire. It's the date disc that takes the place of the numeral at 7 o'clock, and as it rotates around the dial, the date disc moves over a light background that allows the date to be read in relief, the dark numerals of the date to be read in relief against the light background. You'll also note that the caliber RM016 is very easy to see silhouetted against the white baseboard of my light box because it is completely skeletonized. Bridges and plates are in titanium. It features automatic winding via a variable inertia winding system. You can see the winglets on both sides. Your Richard Mille watchmaker can move them in or out to increase or decrease the winding activity of the watch. Thus, if you're a desk diver like myself and principally sedentary, typing along through your day, you're going to want to have it set aggressive with a large polar moment. If you're a very active person, always on the go, you may want to have the sensitivity dialed back so as not to wear down the winding system prematurely. Twin mainspring barrels give a 50-hour power reserve and ensure a very even torque release throughout that 50-hour span. Far more precise and far more even for the sake of precision and isochronism over the duration of that power reserve than a single mainspring barrel would be. Also note the skeletonization of the bridges on the reverse side as well as the winding mass. The 4 anchoring points at the corners of the case are buffered with small rubber donuts that act as shock absorbers. So not only is there very little mass within the titanium bridges and plates fully skeletonized, but they are actually isolated from the shocks that may be imparted to the case via the wrist. What else do we have? Well, we have a balance beating away beneath a skeletonized balance cock, a modern 4 Hz beat rate, 28,800 vibrations per hour, 30 meters water resistant because of the slim profile of the case. This isn't one to take bathing, but you will note a number of refinements, such as the recess of the case back sapphire. You see how there's a sort of circle surrounding the winding rotor? That's actually a cut down through the sapphire to create a recess for the winding rotor, so the watch can be made absolutely thin in profile. That's the degree of attention to detail and the steps that Richard Mille took to minimize the profile of its classical tonneau-shaped case. Finally, we have a strident and strong individual crown for setting. There is a quick set for the date, setting the time, and winding the timepiece with a shoulder made of black ceramic. This is a handsome watch that has just the perfect balance of elegance and aggression. Wearable on a huge range of wrists, you can see this versatile RM016 automatic extra flat and purchase it on our website.